What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So taking a little break from the WRX just because I'm still waiting on parts, so I can't really go much further than where we are right now. So we're gonna get into another install. Today we got a 2019 Dodge Charger RT about to be putting on Airride. Let's get into today's video.
We fly, no lie, it's Nick bowling.
So like we're literally just sitting in a parking lot. Carter, Josh, what are we doing?
Dave was freaking sick.
It's been a whole vibe. So I totally just said screw it. Okay, first things first, I need to grab everything out of the trunk and see what we're working with. So to make the install a little bit easier, the battery is in the back. So there's only one wire I need to run to the front, to the fuse box. And that's the fuse that goes to like the radio fuse or something like that, controlling. So when you turn the key on, boom, Airride comes on, turn the key off, boom, Airride's off. So that just made things a whole lot easier. The struts and stuff we're gonna be using today, so we chose 3P management, which is from Airlift, and then we're gonna use TEKK struts. To me, TEKK, they're great. Them dudes are awesome. Airlift 3P, like that, I've been running that on my car for like the past 4 years now. We got it on a 370Z, we've got it on 10 different cars. So to me, that's the best bang for your buck. It's awesome, it's reliable, and I've never had a problem with it. Anything I've ever had a problem with is something I did and I've messed up. So 3P, shout out to you, TEKK, you guys are awesome. Now that I've got everything out of the trunk, this is where I'm gonna be putting the tank and both the compressors. So I might use the little tank for this project just because I feel like it'd fit a whole lot better up top with the compressors on the side. So let's put everything on here, kind of see how it is and see the layout, so you're gonna kind of see what we're working with. I think this might be the route we're gonna go. So let's put everything in the car and kind of see how it looks inside the trunk. So this is how the trunk setup is, looks dope. And this, I like this tank the best because all the ports are on the back side of it, so you don't see nothing. It's just a nice simple setup. And down here, I'm gonna put the management. So with the management being down here, and with this factory little holder, there's already a hole right there. So I can bring the harness to the manifold through that same hole, plus the airlines. And like I said before, the battery being in the back makes it a whole lot easier. So I don't have to do nothing crazy. Nothing has to go to the front, but that one harness that goes to the fuse box to let the compressor and stuff like that know, hey, to come on and off. So I got everything wired up. Pretty much everything. So the only thing I got left is the compressor harness. I have the main harness, power and ground from the actual manifold harness. That's done. So another thing too, the battery and the fuse panel being in the back made everything a whole lot easier. It saved me so much more time. So the only thing I had to run to the front was the cable itself that goes to the controller. So that killed it. That was awesome. So the only thing I got to do next is to mount both the compressors and the tank itself to the board that's in the back. So that'll leave that up. I should be able to knock that out first thing in the morning, and then tomorrow afternoon I should be able to throw the struts on. So hope by tomorrow, maybe latest the next day, we should be done and ready to go. So catch you guys tomorrow. So we're back. Pretty tired today, but we here. Okay. So as you can see, we back at it, day 2. Got everything mounted up. So next up, wiring. I drilled a little hole right here so I could just slide all this stuff through. So when you look at it in the car, you see no harness, no nothing, anything at all. It's how we like it. It's almost like it came factory with it. So next up, driver's side. Then we can wire everything in. Then this afternoon, we put the struts on. I just want to film you, baby. And action. We back at it again with the white vans. Damn, Daniel. Okay, I'm kidding. So we're finally done. We ran the cord through the center console, so we took all this out, drilled a tiny little hole just so this would go through it. So now we can kind of put this where we want to. If we want to glue it right here, we can, or just have it whatever we want to do with it. So the trunk's done. Let's go look at the trunk real quick. So come back here to the trunk. Harness and everything's in here, tucked. This is how the tank's gonna be. Obviously we're gonna clean it up, but other than that, everything's down here. I'm gonna put the manifold in here, have the main harness coming through here along with the airline. So this will be nice, sleek. I don't know if I'm gonna mount it up here or further back and have the airlines coming through, but other than that, this is how the setup's gonna be. So later on this afternoon, we can put this on. But while we're waiting to take this to the shop, we got a 370, we gotta do the exact same thing too. So we gotta put 3P on this. So let's knock this one out, and then later on we can throw the struts on this. This one's already got struts. We took the V2 off of it, and now we're gonna put the 3P. So start on this one now. So as we're about to start on the 370, UPS came in and dropped off a package. AP don't even know this, but we got his struts in. So now that's another one we can put on air. He has no idea. I'm not gonna say nothing until this video leaks. So with this setup, everything was in the trunk. We had a tank back here and both compressors was right here. But for this, we thought about taking this wood out and putting everything underneath it. So it being a coupe, you're able to have full space. Back to my channel. My name is Nick Bolin and I work like this. All right, sorry. All right, so this is coming out. So basically this is how it's gonna be. We're gonna pour this board out, boom, set that to the side, and this is how we're gonna do it. So this car obviously was previously on air. It had the version 2, which there's nothing wrong with it at all, but he just wanted to update it. So basically we're gonna put the compressors like this, and I'm thinking about like, nah, we're not gonna do that. But yeah, this is how it's gonna be. So the trunk will be set up. So first things first, we gotta take all these plastics out, all the way down there, pull the passenger seat out, and then run the harness to the battery. Let's get it. So as you can see, car's kind of apart. So to be able to run this the right way, most people be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna zip out. We're not doing that, not here. My name's Nick Bolin, not whoever. So we destroyed the car and tore it apart. So we're gonna run it under the plastic, underneath the strut brace. Then when you put everything back, it's almost like it's factory. So stay with this, stay with this. The man behind the camera, he a hoe. Swag. All right, so finishing up for today. Anyway, so charger's done. Obviously the trunk. Still gotta put the struts on this tomorrow. This thing is complete. So one thing we got left, I gotta go pick up 6 fittings tomorrow, put the trunk back in here, and this car will be done probably beginning of the day. And then after work, I'll get this one done, go ahead and put the struts on it. So we're getting there, we're getting there. And then hopefully some parts for my car will start rolling in, and I can start driving my car again so I can be cool with these kids. One day. Well, he said I'm already cool, so love him. But yeah, so see you tomorrow. So this one is finally done. Got everything in here. Everything's mounted and secured. So the reason I used the adapters, because this was a 1/4" line. They sent me the 1/4 instead of the 3/8. Perfectly fine. Got the little adapters. Adapted it just like that. Ran each airline like this. Pretty cool. So everything's nice and neat. Got the relays up here. Harness tucked back here. So all I gotta do now is put the factory board, carpet, and the system back in here. And this one is done. Then all I have to do later, throw the struts on that one. That'll be the second one done. Moving pretty quick. Everything should be on air. Everything should be on air. Like I said, I don't need to repeat that. You heard me the first time. Bag it. Give me a call. So as you can hear, the compressor's wrong. It's not that loud. We actually put sway bar in-link bushings up underneath the compressor, so it'll take away pretty much all the vibration. Obviously you'll still hear it a little bit, but there's no way to get away from that unless you actually put coil livers on the car. So yes, it's gonna be there. Okay, we kind of start off kind of quick. So the front is mad easy on this. So you have the 17 right here, and if the ball joint spins, there's an Allen spot right here. You put an Allen key and then do a wrench on this. Knock it out, boom. You tap this with a hammer, it came right down. As far as the bottom, mad simple, and then you get the sway bar in-link out. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock this one out. All I gotta do is drop the car down, pop the hood, and take the bolts off the top. But while I got this side down, I'm going to start on the other side, do the same thing. So when I raise the car up, I can take them both out at the same time, put both the front struts in, one step closer. So we got both of them the same way. Got everything out besides the ones at the top. So here's the passenger side. Here's the driver's side. Everything's out, lower, all that stuff. Swiper and links out. So now all we gotta do is get the bolts out the top. All right, up top. There's 3 of them on each side. They're 14. So once you take the 14s up, it should drop. It hit the ground though. It hit the ground though. So now we know where it's at. Here's the first strut. The size comparison to the TEKK strut to the factory one is nuts. It's in. It's literally been the longest day ever. Completely skipped the rear, showing you guys how to do this, but this is what the car looks like. It looks pretty good. Like, it sits good. It's tucking mad hard front and rear. It's sitting kind of weird just because I had it on one board over here just so I can get it off the rack. But oh, it's dope. It's dope. So I'm getting the heck out of here. The car's done. I gotta tidy up a few things in the trunk. Once I do that, the car's complete, then I can go drive it. So once I go drive it, make sure there's no noises, we're good to go. So see you guys in the morning. So both cars are complete. I had to raise the front of the Charger up like 4 inches because when I raised it all the way up to ride height, the car was still mad low, so I had to fix that. The rear was perfect. So once I raised the rear, the front up, I have now the whole car sitting at 80 PSI all the way around. And it rides amazing. It drives like if it's factory, still handles amazing. So I'll show you guys what it looks like. So this is how the car sits laid out. Like I said, I had to raise the front up at least 4 inches. So the car now sits level. For this car to be level, aired out, the front's got to sit like that, pretty much flush, and the rear has to tuck. So other than that, it looks amazing, and it rides great too. So TEKK struts, like I didn't have to mess with no damping, nothing like that. It was actually really good. It sat great. 80 PSI front and rear, and it's just a car super level. So very, very, very excited about this car. How it came apart and went back together, it was awesome, and I think it looks great. The trunk too, the trunk looks really good. I kept it simple. Nothing crazy, so still have a full trunk, ain't nothing back here, have a full setup. So whatever you want to put, you can travel anywhere, and this thing rides great, highway, bumpy roads, and all that. Super excited on this. And then we got the 370Z done. Now this car is fully done, got the 3P management on it, redid the whole trunk, so it's nice and simple. So he has a full trunk. This thing is awesome. Carbon everything, 20-inch works, carbon splitter, side skirts, hood, everything. This car is beautiful. I'm actually really surprised on how this car handles, because this car is pretty much a boat. Like they're dumb heavy, like 5,000 pounds. So I don't know, it handles great. It still drives amazing. It rides awesome. I don't know, very surprised. How my car is the WRX, the car really ain't that heavy. I think it's about 3,500 pounds, nothing crazy, but this being super long and just fat, it just, I don't know, surprised me. And this is the first Charger I've ever bagged. Pretty hyped on that. Like a fat chick laying on the couch. Well, so that's a wrap for this video. Hopefully in the next video you will see I have a bunch of parts showed up for the WRX, so now I can put that thing back together. I know pretty much all my motor parts and stuff are here besides the TGV deletes, but I might just say screw it and just put the motor back together. That way I can drive it, 'cause I'm really wanting to drive it. So tired of that car sitting, it's been too long. So catch you on the next one. You guys check out my latest videos. See you on the next one.